Welcome to channel Question Bank. In this video, I am going to discuss 20 questions from linear algebra from engineering mathematics. Here I have mentioned light. Because the level I am going to discuss, the level of question I am going to discuss is easy, and this type of questions may be asked in the exams like JEE, SSC JEE or RRB JEE or OPSC Assistant Executive Engineer, or such exams in which per question the time given is less than 1 minute, and these are generally easy questions. And these type of questions were asked in GATE exam from generally to 1995 or very early age to generally 2005. Now the level of questions asked in GATE are very much tough than these questions. These are generally basics, and please watch up to the end of this video so that I will discuss the main topics or main headings of that linear algebra from which the main questions can be asked and how to answer this type of questions. So let's get started. Our first question. Here is the questions I have written actually in handwritten form because I have not getting enough time to type these questions. These are the questions. First question: which of the following statement is wrong regarding matrix multiplication? Option A, AB is not equal to BA. Option B, A within the bracket B plus C is equal to AC plus AB. Option number C, AB is not equal to O. O is null matrix for A, B are not equal to O. That is, if A and B are not null matrix, then AB is not equal to null matrix. AB cannot be a null matrix. That means multiplication of two matrices which are not null matrix, then this will not be a null matrix. Here the option C is describing the same, and this is option number D. Option D is AB within the bracket into C is equal to A within the bracket BC. This is associative property, and this is distributive property, and this is cumulative property. And here the answer is, question is asking about which is wrong statement regarding matrix multiplication. So here option A is correct. This is not same. Option B is also correct. This is the distributive property, and option C is also correct. This is associative property, and option C is actually wrong. Option C is actually wrong, and your answer is option C, because if A and B, A is not equal to a null matrix, B is also not a null matrix, then AB may be a null matrix. May be a null matrix. This is not the right form, so this may be null matrix. So here option C is the correct answer. Next question: which of the statement is correct for A being a diagonal matrix? If A is a diagonal matrix, then what is the correct statement regarding A? Option A inverse may or may not be a diagonal matrix. Option B, Adjoint of A is always a diagonal matrix. Option C, transpose of A plus minus transpose of B is an upper triangular matrix. Option D, none of the above. In this question, first option we will discuss A inverse may or may not be diagonal matrix. But for what is diagonal matrix? Suppose A is a diagonal matrix, then it will be like this. Only the principal diagonal will have the elements, non-zero elements, and all other elements of diagonal elements will be 0. This is diagonal matrix. Identity matrix is always a diagonal matrix and all the elements are always 1. Diagonal elements are 1. This is a diagonal matrix. This is asking A inverse may or may not be diagonal matrix. A inverse will always be a diagonal matrix. Diagonal matrix. So the option A is not correct. This is may or may not. This is not the correct. This is always. Always a diagonal matrix. Adjoint of A is always a diagonal matrix. This is not the correct. Sorry, this is the correct answer. Adjoint A is always a diagonal matrix, and A transpose plus minus B transpose is also a diagonal matrix. This is not upper lower triangular. This is also a diagonal matrix. So option B here is the correct answer. Next question, what is the period of matrix if A to the power k plus 5 is equal to A? And options are given. Then we have to discuss what is the period of matrix. Period of matrix, we can express that if A to the power, suppose A to the power m plus 1 is equal to same matrix, that is A, then m is called period of matrix A. M is called period of matrix A. So here A to the power k plus 5 is equal to A. So what will be the period? K plus 4 is the period of the matrix. So option B is the correct answer. Next question, if M is equal to index of nilpotent matrix, then option A to the power M is equal to null matrix. Option B, A to the power M is equal to identity matrix. Option C, A to the power M plus 1 is equal to null matrix. Option D, A to the power M plus 1 is equal to identity matrix. And this is option number A. Option number A is the correct answer. A to the power M is equal to null matrix. And this is the definition of nilpotent matrix. This is the definition of nilpotent matrix, and M here is called the index of nilpotent matrix. And there is another called idempotent matrix, another form of matrix. This is called idempotent when A square is equal to A. This is called idempotent. And if we see the degree of idempotent matrix, degree or period of the idempotent matrix, this will be 1, because A to the power 1 plus 1 is equal to A. So period will be always is equal to 1. Here this is asking about nilpotent matrix. Next question, for an orthogonal matrix, which statement is correct for orthogonal matrix? option number A inverse is equal to 0 or null matrix. Option number B, A inverse is equal to transpose of A. Option number C, A transpose is equal to I. And option D is both B and C. This is both B and C. So here answer is option number D, that is both B and C. And how? Actually orthogonal matrix is defined as A transpose is equal to identity matrix. So this is the definition, and if we put A to the right side, then it will be A transpose is equal to A inverse. So option B is also correct, option C is also correct, so option D is answer, that is both B and C. Question number 6, if A and B are two symmetric matrices, then AB is always symmetric, A square plus minus B square may be symmetric, AB minus BA is always symmetric, AB minus BA is skew symmetric. If we analyze these questions, first thing I have to tell that what is symmetric and what is skew symmetric. Symmetric matrix is that symmetric means A is equal to A transpose, but skew symmetry is A transpose is equal to minus of A. So here question is given A and B are two symmetric matrices, then what will be the correct answer? So here option A, AB is always symmetric. This need not be symmetric. This is not always, this is need not be symmetric. May be symmetric or may not be symmetric, AB. So always is not the proper form here. So this is not an option A is not. Next option, A square plus minus B square may be symmetric. This is not maybe, this is always symmetric. A square plus B square will always be a symmetric matrix if A and B both are symmetric. So this is also wrong answer. This is always. And option number C, AB minus BA is always symmetric. This is not the symmetric, this is always a skew symmetric. This is always a skew symmetric matrix. This is always a skew symmetric. So option D is the correct answer, that is AB minus BA is skew symmetric matrix. These are the properties of symmetric and skew symmetry matrices. So you have to remember these properties, or we have to take an example of symmetric or skew symmetry matrices and perform the operation. This may take more time than 1 minute. So it will be easy for us to practice these properties as a question and remember these properties. Question number 7, for A and B as skew symmetry matrices, option number A to the power n is always skew symmetry for n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. Option number B, sum of elements of A is always 0. Option number C, AB, BA are symmetric. Option number D, AB, BA are not skew symmetric. So here A to the power n is always a skew symmetric matrix for n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. So this is actually, this statement is wrong, and it can be said that if a to the power n is skew symmetric for n is equal to odd number, that is a to the power 3, a to the power 5 are skew symmetric if a is skew symmetric, and a to the power 2, a to the power 4 are always symmetric. So option number B, sum of elements of A is always 0. This is correct answer. Sum of elements of a skew symmetry matrix is always 0. Option number C, AB, BA are symmetric. This is not symmetric, this is skew symmetric. This is skew symmetric. AB, BA are not skew symmetric. This is the same thing. This is actually skew symmetric. These options are not correct. So next question, matrix A is a skew Hermitian for, what is the condition for skew Hermitian? And now this is the option number C, that is A theta is equal to minus A. This is the skew Hermitian matrix. And what is A theta indicates? A theta or A raised to the power theta is the transposed conjugate. Transposed conjugate. That means for complex matrices, that means the matrix which is having the elements which are complex values, then if the complex values are conjugate, once conjugate and then transposed, this will be the A theta. So this is the option for skew Hermitian, just analogous to skew symmetry. And in case of skew symmetry, this is only A transpose is equal to minus A, but here instead of transpose, this is conjugate transpose. So this is skew Hermitian matrix. And if we look at the other options, option number A is A transpose is equal to A inverse. This is not the correct answer. Correct answer is C. We will discuss about the other options. A theta is equal to A inverse. If A theta is equal to A inverse, this is called unitary matrix. Option number B is called unitary matrix. This is called unitary matrix. Unitary matrix. And for unitary matrix, we can say that A transposed conjugate into A is equal to I. This is unitary matrix. So next question, A matrix represents the determinant, A mod represents the determinant of matrix A, then A transpose is equal to minus of A mod. Option number B, mod of A inverse is equal to minus of A mod. Option number C, K into A whole mod is equal to K to the power N A mod. Option D, A mod is equal to 0 for orthogonal A. So here the correct answer is K into A whole mod is equal to K to the power N A whole mod. This is because if we multiply a scalar quantity or a constant to a matrix, suppose this is the matrix A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. This is the matrix, and if we multiply, suppose value k is a scalar quantity, then what will be the value? Ka, Kb, Kc, Kd, Ke, Kf, Kg, Kh, Ki. That means k is multiplied to all the elements. So if we find out the determinant, here determinant, then what will happen? K Q will be out. K Q will be out. How? Here we can from this line 1k, from this line another k, and from this line another k. So there will be kq, and here the same a, b, c, and this will be. So if we find out the mod or the determinant value of k, sorry, matrix A, after multiplying a constant, then the constant is raised to the power the order of matrix and multiplied to the determinant of that original matrix. So option number C is the correct answer. So here another thing I want to say, that option number B, A inverse is equal to minus A. This is not the correct thing. A inverse mod is equal to 1 by A mod. This is the correct thing. So for option number D, A mod is equal to 0 for orthogonal A. So for orthogonal or unitary matrix, I can say that for orthogonal or unitary matrix, for orthogonal or unitary matrix, A mod is always equal to plus minus 1. This is not 0. This is always plus minus 1. This is an important thing. Next question, which of the following statement is correct? Option A, every odd order skew symmetry matrix is always singular. Option number B, if A mod is equal to 0, adjoint of A mod is not equal to 0. Adjoint of A whole mod is equal to A to the power n plus 1, and none of the above. So here the option A, that is every odd order skew symmetry matrix is always singular. This is the correct answer. Singular means A mod will be equal to 0. This is singular matrix definition. And option B is given, if we discuss all the options, option B is given, if A mod is equal to 0, that means A is singular, adjoint of A is not equal to 0. This is also a singular matrix, and here I can say that adjoint of A is also 0. Mod of adjoint A is also 0, and adjoint of A mod, for another thing, for another matrix, adjoint of A mod is equal to A mod whole to the power n plus 1. This is actually adjoint of A whole mod is equal to A mod whole to the power n minus 1. This is not n plus 1. This is the correct form. And option D, none of the above. So here answer is option A. Next question, which of the following is wrong for A being an idempotent matrix? I have already described what is idempotent matrix. Mod of A is equal to 0 or 1, and option B, I minus A is always an idempotent matrix. Option C, A has period of 1. Option D, A is always involuntary. So question asked for which statement is wrong for A being an idempotent. So what is idempotent? Idempotent I A square is equal to A, and this is correct. A mod is equal to 0 or 1. This is correct answer. For if we take Hermitian matrix, then Hermitian matrix A mod will always a real number, always real number. I minus A, that is identity matrix minus A, is also an idempotent matrix. This is also correct. A has period of 1. This is I have already described 1. Option number D, A is always involuntary. This is not the correct answer. So option number D is the answer here. This is not correct. Asking for wrong. So what is involuntary? Involuntary is A square is equal to I, identity matrix, and here as this is a idempotent matrix, A square is equal to A. So this is not the right thing. Next question, rank of the matrix A. What is the rank of the matrix? How can we find out the rank? There are two methods. One is to form the echelon form of the matrix. Another is we have to find out the sub matrices and their determinant. And first we can solve problems. First we have to find out the determinant of that matrix. If this is 0, then we have to proceed for any method. So if we find out the determinant of matrix A, here it is coming to be minus 55, which is not equal to 0. So this is not a singular matrix. So the rank will be 3. Rank will be 3. Next question 13. Which of the following statement is not true? Is not true. So option number A, rank of matrix A is equal to rank of matrix A transpose. Option number B, if rank of A is equal to n, implies that rank of A inverse is always equal to n. Rank of A is equal to R, that is matrix, that is maximum number of linear independent rows or column in A is R. And option D, row of A is equal to n. What is row of A? That is rank of A is equal to n. Then row of adjoint A is smaller than n. So here what is wrong? This is the wrong answer. Option D is wrong. This will be actually rank of adjoint of A. Adjoint of A is also equal to n, not smaller than n. This is equal to n, and all the options given here are correct. This is only the wrong answer. A system of linear equation is consistent for option A has one or unique solution, has more than one solution, has no solution. Option number D, may be A or B. This is option number D, may be option A or B. That means it has solution, may be unique or may be more than one solution. This is called the system is consistent. If there is no solution, this is called inconsistent or incompatible. Next question, question number 15. A system of linear equations is given by a into x is equal to b and the order is n. Row of a, that is rank of a, is equal to row of a and rank of AB. AB is the augmented matrix. This is augmented matrix is represented by A slash B. And system consistent, for what is the condition for system to be a consistent? So here asking for inconsistent. What will be the inconsistent? This is the option for inconsistent. Rank of A is not equal to rank of augmented matrix, then the system will be inconsistent. And the first option, option A, rank of A is equal to rank of augmented matrix is equal to the order, then this is called as unique solution. This both conditions are for consistent or the solution exists. This is consistent. This is for unique solution and this is for infinite solution and this is for no solution. Here next question, latent root of a matrix is determined from equation. Then first, what is the latent root? Latent root is nothing but the eigen value, eigen values, lambda. Eigen values are called latent root. Latent root of a matrix A is determined from which of the equation? Lambda I minus A whole mod is equal to 0. So option A is correct answer. This is also called the characteristic equation. Root of characteristic equation is called eigenvalue. Which of the following statement is not true for eigenvalues? Which of the statement is not true? Then option A, 0 can be an eigenvalue of any matrix. Option B, trace of matrix A is equal to sum of eigenvalues of A. Determinant of A is equal to product of eigenvalues of A. Option D, 1 by lambda is an eigenvalue of matrix A inverse. So what is correct here? Option number D, 1 by lambda is an eigenvalue of A inverse. This is also correct. If lambda is eigenvalue of A, then 1 by lambda is eigenvalue of A inverse. A mod is equal to product of eigenvalues. This is also correct. This is also correct. Product of eigenvalues. Lambda 1 into lambda 2 into lambda 3 is equal to A mod. Suppose this is order of 3, then this will be the thing. Trace of A is equal to sum of eigenvalues of A. Then what is the trace? Trace is the sum of elements of principal diagonal of a matrix. This is called a trace of a matrix. Sum of elements of principal diagonal. That is, what is the principal diagonal? Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the matrix. Then this is the principal diagonal, and the principal diagonal elements are 1, 5 and 9. What is the trace? 1 plus 5 plus 9, which is equal to 15. This is the trace of matrix A. Suppose this is matrix A, then this is trace of A, which is equal to 15. So in this question, trace of matrix A is equal to sum of eigenvalues of A. This is also a correct statement. Next, option A, 0 can be an eigenvalue of any matrix. This is actually a wrong thing. Question asked for statement is not true. So here correct answer will be option A, because correct answer will be option A, because 0 can only be the eigenvalue of a matrix which is singular. This is here written value of any matrix, not any matrix, only of singular matrix, that is mod of A is equal to 0, then 0 is one of the eigenvalues. So next question, question number 18, eigenvalues of real skew symmetric matrix are. This is either B or C, that is imaginary or 0. Either imaginary or 0, not real. And this type of question has been asked in GATE exam many times, more than 5 times, in many branches of engineering. So for real symmetric matrix, this is for skew symmetric matrix. For real symmetric matrix, this is always real. Eigenvalues are always real. And for skew symmetric matrix, either imaginary or 0. Next question, if matrix X is an eigenvector of matrix A, then option A, matrix X is always an eigenvector of A to the power m. X is also an eigenvector of A transpose. X is not as an eigenvector of A inverse. X is also an eigenvector of adjoint of A. So here the answer is option A, that is X is always an eigenvector of A to the power m. This is the correct answer. X may not be the eigenvector of A transpose, so this is not the option. X is not an eigenvector of A transpose. This is also an eigenvector of A transpose, so this is also not an answer. X is also an eigenvector of adjoint of A. This is not known. Maybe. This is not the confirmatory sentence. So option A is the correct option here. Next question, question number 20, and this is the last question. Every square matrix satisfies its own characteristic equation. Which theorem this is? This is Cayley-Hamilton theorem. By using Cayley-Hamilton theorem, we can find out, suppose A to the power 5, A to the power 13, this type of things we can calculate. These are generally descriptive questions, not multiple choice or 1 mark questions. So I have told that I will discuss the main vulnerable parts. So which are the vulnerable parts in linear algebra? Here first thing is different type of matrix. Different type of matrix. What are the different types? Suppose symmetric, skew symmetric, orthogonal, idempotent. What are these definitions? only you have to think what are the definitions and what their properties. For a symmetric matrix, what are the properties? These are generally asked in single 1 mark questions. And then comes operation of matrix. Operation of a single matrix. Single matrix. What are the operation? Transpose, adjoint or inverse. And their properties. If A is matrix, then A transpose is this one. What will be the relation between them and what are the properties? What are the adjoint? Adjoint is minor cofactor and then transpose. This is called adjoint of matrix. And what are the properties of adjoint of matrix? Adjoint of a matrix. And what are the properties of inverse of a matrix? Next comes rank of matrix. Generally rank of matrix are long questions, but I have given one question, what is the rank of the matrix. This type of question can be asked, or any theoretical properties of rank of matrices. And next part is how rank is used to solve linear equations. How rank is used to solve linear equations. That means what is the definition of consistent, inconsistent, unique solution, many solution. These conditions should be remembered. Next question, in terms of rank, these conditions in terms of rank of the matrix. Rank of matrix. Next thing is eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So in this, eigenvalues are the most important things in linear algebra. So in case of linear algebra, if we consider eigenvalues are the most important part of this, and generally what type of question asked? Properties of eigenvalues. If matrix is operated in such manner, then what will be the eigenvalues? These are the main vulnerable parts. So I hope this may be interesting for you, and if you are getting anything beneficial from this video, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching up to here.